Did you know this song criticizes you, and you only like it because you were even more manipulated when you heard it? Or in the cheerful match, there is one of the most uncomfortable truths that an artist has ever had the courage to put into a song. Does this detail still control your life today? But maybe you're not ready to see it. Today, I'm going to tell you the real story behind Hey Ya by Outkast. I'm Guilherme, and you're watching DECIFRAHITS. A song that shows a coffin in the middle of the music video can only be a tragedy waiting to happen. But unfortunately, almost no one noticed this little detail. Actually, when the duo formed by Big Boy and Andre 3000 released the song Hey Ya in 2003, they used a catchy rhythm, psychological tricks, and lyrics that, for the less attentive, seemed to be just about relationships to hide something much deeper. This was confirmed in 2021 when Andre 3000 from Outkast made the post. A post on his social media confirming that the upbeat rhythm and the iconic music video were just what people could see. But actually, Hey Ya was the saddest song they had ever written. And this detail, which went unnoticed at the time, is exactly what turned Hey Ya into one of the most iconic and most misunderstood songs in history. When Hey Ya was released, Outkast faced pressure from the public, media, and close friends, as Andre 3000 mentioned in a recent interview.
A friend told me after I finished Hey Ya and showed it to him, he said, "Man, if you release this, your career is over."
The Love Below differs from his earlier albums. Do you think the fans, well, how do you think they're going to react?
I don't know.
You're worried.
Yes, I'm worried. I don't know. No, I'll say I don't care, but I can't do anything else, you know. I just have to release it and that's it.
And a big part of Andre's fear was because of the album's first single. The song Hey Ya, which not only didn't represent Outkast's usual style, but was also completely different from all the other songs that were popular at the time. Hey Ya started to get the first signs of strangeness within the record label itself. "Honestly, I didn't understand this song, but it excites me," said record executive L.A. Red. Despite their hesitation, the record label decided to give it a chance and do a test, putting the song Hey Ya on the radio. But the outcome was far worse than they expected. When Hey Ya started, most people changed the station in the first 30 seconds. They hated it. But then you ask me, no? But with so much rejection, how did this song become a hit and get stuck in so many people's heads? It's pretty simple. By controlling our habits and manipulating our minds. The book The Power of Habit by the author Charles Duhigg. It explains it perfectly. The record label Arista Records from Outkast used psychological tricks and mass manipulation techniques to make Hey Ya a hit. According to the book, our brain is like a machine for assimilating patterns, and that's why it feels more comfortable. When we face familiar situations but encounter something new, like a different song or experience, the brain responds. The automatic reaction of our brain is to escape. It automatically rejects that and looks for something it is already used to. That way, it takes less mental effort and is easier to digest. And especially when it comes to entertainment, if you want to reach a larger audience, it's not a good idea to create works that require a certain mental effort from people. It was exactly with this in mind that Outkast's record label found a devilish and brilliant way to get around this problem. The sandwich technique is a basic principle of playlists. Play a new song between two popular hits that are already well known. The DJs at radio stations always made sure that Hey Ya was played between two songs that already had an accepted pattern by people, and that they were already used to listening to regularly. The goal was to create a new mass habit of wanting to listen to Hey Ya, you know? When a child doesn't want to eat beets and you hide them inside the beans. It's kind of like that. The book itself gives examples of radio programming from that time. Look how it is. They would play Hey Ya in between the most popular songs of the moment. And just a few months of manipulating radio stations was enough to create a new habit on a global scale. The song Hey Ya took Outkast to the top of the Billboard charts, where the duo stayed for 9 consecutive weeks, and this time, they were only knocked off by themselves. Do you remember this one? But despite the success of Hey Ya, the more the song blew up, the clearer it became that no one was really listening to what was being said between the lines. When Andre 3000 started writing the lyrics to Hey Ya, back during the production of the album Stankonia, he knew the risks he would have to face from then on. And maybe that's why, from the very beginning, he decided to hide the true meaning of the song in several layers. And one of those layers is the iconic Hey Ya music video. The clip. At the beginning of the video, Big Boy appears as the manager of a fictional band called The Love Below. And this band, they're getting ready to go live on a television show, and then the manager, he begs Andre 3000, who, by the way, plays the lead singer and all the other members of the band, not to mess everything up during the performance.
Andre, for the sake of everyone in this band, act like you have some sense. I hope you know what to do, and take a look.
After this warning, shock threat from Big Boy, the band goes on stage to applause and hysterical screams from the audience and starts playing Raya. The video shows all the hysteria not only from the audience that was there, but also the reaction of the people watching the performance on television, dancing and jumping on their sofas at home. Outkast already explained that these scenes were meant to recreate a real event that halted the United States. The first time the Beatles set foot on American soil in 1964 to perform on The Ed Sullivan Show. This happened at a time that was the peak of what we call Beatlemania, which was practically the first time the world saw young people, mainly teenagers, and blindly idolizing an artist or band on a global level. Besides giving a hint of one of the main criticisms embedded in the lyrics of Raya, this also explains why the music video uses a 60s aesthetic from the black and white television to the clothes. But despite exposing Andre's internal conflict and showing this pure alienation of the masses by recreating this Beatles performance, few people actually understood this context. This music video ultimately became an accurate depiction of how people respond to music over time. They react in an automatic and thoughtless way, and this connects with one of the harshest criticisms in the lyrics of Hey Ya. My girlfriend doesn't cheat on me because she loves me a lot. I'm sure of it. But does she really love me, or would she just hate to see me leave because of those lines? Many people link this song to Andre 3000's breakup with Erykah Badu, but Andre has clarified it's not about that. That the song is based on some thoughts and reflections that came from personal experiences and others based on society's behaviors. It's about the state of relationships in the 2000s. About how many people stay in a relationship just because someone said, hey, you should stay together, or because that's how it's supposed to be, and not because there's still love there, and they end up being unhappy for the rest of their lives. Besides buying a house, buying a car, and having a well-respected job, having a stable relationship is part of the package of what society expects from a successful person. That's why a lot of people end up staying with someone for reasons that shouldn't be the foundation of a real relationship. Like tradition, fear of being alone, disappointing family, or others' opinions. And in the following verses, Andre 3000 continues trying to deepen his criticism, guiding us through his thoughts as a way of venting to reach a deeper meaning. Thing. I don't resist my feelings, but thinking about this now is overwhelming. I thank my father and my mother for staying together because we have no idea how to do the same here. Here, Andre isn't talking about his own parents, who weren't married, but is speaking generally and universally. He compares modern relationships, which are extremely volatile and superficial, with relationships from the past, which were apparently happier and longer lasting, at a time when people were really able to get married and stay together until death do them part. And even though he laments not being able to do the same, he is grateful for our parents' generation to show that this was once possible, or that maybe it is still possible. We're together, but breaking up is always the best option when feelings are involved. If they say it's nothing, it's forever. What makes you think that love would be an exception? Being able to see the right moment to end a certain cycle in your life before you get hurt, or hurt someone else, requires a level of maturity that not everyone can reach. When feelings are involved, this task becomes much more difficult and can result in irreversible consequences. So why do we deny it so much if we don't even know if we're happier here? All the songs on the album The Love Below, composed by Andre 3000, revolve around a man searching for his purpose in life. The director of the REAR music video explained this very well when he clarified the reason for putting a coffin in the video clip. The album is about a guy searching for love. His love for music, for women, for his mother. And we wanted to bring in the coffin to address this guy's theme. He wonders if love is dead and if it can be revived. Besides being an ironically dark track about the state of relationships today, Andre actually wanted to share his deepest thoughts and reflections with the audience. That's why he started by talking about a more universal theme, one that would connect with most people and make them reflect along with him. But right before the second chorus, Andre interrupts the song for a moment when he realizes that he's speaking in vain. And in a phrase almost drowned out by the beat, he says something that simply carries a whirlwind of meanings. You don't want to listen to me, you just want to dance. This line is brutally interrupted, overshadowed by the beat of the music and the screams of the desperate fans on stage. It's as if the music itself is practically showing that it's criticizing the fact that people really don't care about the deeper meaning of things. Because thinking is hard work, right? And from there, Andre simply gives up on sharing his thoughts, and the lyrics of the song take a completely different direction. He starts saying a bunch of generic phrases with no meaning at all, just so they can be repeated countless times by the audience, so they can enjoy the song worry-free, like in the music video. After all, that's what people want to hear. Sadly, the song's success only proves an ironic and unfortunate truth. All of us helped turn something we were manipulated into listening to, and that criticizes us, into one of the most listened to songs of the century. But accusing Outkast of selling out or limiting the meaning of "Hey Ya" to just a song made to make money is a very narrow-minded way of thinking. Outkast has always been known for having extremely complex lyrics with deep messages, but precisely because they're complex, most of their songs aren't that well known in the mainstream. Unfortunately, in the entertainment industry, to reach the masses, you need to produce something that at least seems superficial, easier to digest. The genius of Andre 3000 and REAR was exactly creating something that seemed superficial. To dominate the world with it and like a Trojan horse, put a deep meaning within the song, proving that yes, he knows how to reach the masses without losing his essence and the weight of his message. That's exactly what Kendrick Lamar did when he released the song Not Like Us, a diss track that shook the hip-hop world. In 2024, it was the peak of the biggest rap feud of the last 2 decades. But very few people were able to see the real message behind it. To learn more about this story, just click on the video that's appearing up there. And if you want me to teach you how to create videos like the one you just watched, with the opportunity to earn in dollars and make a living from YouTube, just click on this free class that I'm leaving right here on the side.